Servus, ihr Lieben, und hallo Freunde des gepflegten Brettspiels. Ich habe hier Dave Beck, den kennt ihr vielleicht schon. Vor 1,5 Jahren habe ich ihn auf der UK Games Expo getroffen und heute hat er quasi fast schon das fertige Spiel da, was wir uns letztes Mal auch angeschaut haben, und zwar Luthier. Hi Dave, how you doing?
Hello, very well, thank you.
Wir zeigen euch jetzt, wie das Spiel funktioniert. Dave pitcht es schnell pitcht es schnell und dann quatschen wir noch ein bisschen. Wir sind gleich wieder da.
All right, hi, I'm Dave Beck, co-designer of Luthier, owner of Paverson Games. Let's learn a little bit about Luthier. So, Distilled was our very first game we made, all about crafting whiskey. We're not making whiskey anymore, we're making violins. We are heads of Luthier households set in the golden age of classical music in Europe. There's 8 different historically accurate Luthiers that we can play as. Now, of course, as a household, we have different children and family members that work for us. They're represented by these discs, but they aren't any old disc. These discs have numbers on them. Those numbers represent our skill from 1 through 5. We send our workers out across the board. Our workers are family members to 7 different spots on the board to do different tasks. Things like hiring new patrons, getting new musical instrument plans, making performances, and doing repairs. But what's interesting is when we send these out on the board, we send them out face down. Only we know the skill of our worker, while you only know the skill of yours. When we go to resolve a location like the salon, we take our workers and we place them on the resolution board in the order in which they were placed. And then we reveal them one by one. And we see that a blue 3 went there first and then a 1. And then blue went there again with a 5. Well, in this game, the skill trumps, which means you butt to the front of the line and you get first choice of that thing. You never go away empty-handed. Even though the number 1 is going to get something at every single location. They might not get the first pick because they didn't prioritize that, but if you send a high enough worker, you might even go up in your skill. Well, why are we doing this? Why are we going to these different locations to get these different things? Mostly because we want to make our patrons happy. Our patrons have requests like making certain instruments for them or performances or repairs. When we perform, we are truly rolling dice in hopes of being able to get some sort of outcome that will make them happy. But most importantly, the name of the game is about crafting instruments, which means we are going to craft different instruments. And once we craft them, we'll get points by spending our animal resources, wood and metal. And then we get to proudly place an instrument in the first chair of the orchestra. Why this is so important is because at the end of the game, the more first chairs you have, the more points you're going to get. There's a small area control game going on here as well. In addition to that, I can climb 3 different skill tracks in the game, as demonstrated by those purple banners. There's public awards that we can go for, and when we score one, we reveal a location on our board, unlocking a new feature. There's private goals we're going for as well. The game plays 1 to 4 players, a full solo mode that has a full automa that you can play against as well. This game raised over 700,000 euros on Kickstarter earlier this year. But the good news is, even at Essen, you can still pre-order the game for the same exact price with all the same exact deluxe upgrades like you see here. In addition, other realistic resources, metal coins, and even a pipe organ dice tower, as you can see here, that makes music when you play it. So again, Luthier is going to be releasing next year to the public, but you can still get it today and for another month or so by able to pre-order online.
So, Dave,
yes.
The game will be released next year.
That's right.
So the pledge manager is still open?
It is, for a little bit longer.
Okay, and then at what time exactly will the game be delivered?
We are aiming for sometime in April or May for delivery for all the backers, both the Kickstarter backers, but also those that do late pledge right now.
Yeah.
They'll all get them at the same time, and we're aiming for April or May.
Will there be only the English version, or are there other languages available?
Yes, we are prioritizing making sure that some of the other languages that were part of the Kickstarter as well are all going to be delivered at the same time.
Oh, good.
So that includes German, Spanish, French, a couple others as well. So those will all be at the same time. And the same thing, if you decide to go on to do a late pledge, you can late pledge for the German copy as well.
That's great. Are you happy with the reception of the game in the Kickstarter and also, it was a Game Fund campaign?
No, Kickstarter, you're good.
Kickstarter, okay. Yeah. And here on the fair as well, I've heard it's the first time you're here in Essen.
Yes, very happy. Very happy with the reception of it on Kickstarter. That was wonderful. It was a great time. We had some wonderful involvement with the community where they got to vote on certain patrons and instruments in the game. That was neat. And then this is just amazing. I decided this year is my research year at the Spiel because I've never been here before, and I already know the first thing I thought when I looked around is I need a bigger booth. So that's my goal for next year.
Yeah, wir sind hier in Halle 2. Ah, hi Dennis. So, wir sind hier in Halle 2, ganz hinten im Eck. So when they're gonna see it, the fair will already be over.
Yeah.
So they won't come here.
Yeah.
But next time, look out for Paverson Games. You will probably have another game with you next year.
Maybe. We won't have a game release, but we'll definitely be showing off some prototypes of games. We might have already maybe started another Kickstarter with a game. We'll be announcing that probably in the next month.
Okay, so we'll keep you updated, and you will also next year sell Luthier at the fair.
We will have Luthier, plus all the fun extras, some of the things you saw in the demo. We'll have that as well as other extra resources and other fun upgrades too.
Are you planning to have a retail version of Luthier as well?
Yes, we will have two versions of Luthier. We will have the deluxe version, which is a big box with the trays to organize everything, as well as metal coins, dual layers, and then we will also have a retail standard edition as well. We want to make sure that there's something, the gameplay is the same, the art is the same, but something that is affordable for each type of buyer that would like to buy it.
Yeah. Do you know how much smaller the retail version will be? Because I know much of our viewers have a problem with shelf space.
Yes. So the size of the box this way, length and width will be the same, but it will be about half as deep. So you'll be able to easily fit it on your shelf like many other games, and it'll be much thinner.
And you will still have the beautiful cover.
Oh yes,
that's important, right?
The gorgeous cover by Vincent Dutrait will be there on both editions for sure.
Okay, Dave, thanks a lot. I wish you all the best for the fair, and I'll see you next year around.
Thanks, Flo.
Take care, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Perfect.
Was great again.
Yeah.